Facebook tells me that we are live.
Live.
Blam.
Well,
Blam, blam.
this system told me we're live over here, so Facebook lied to you.
No, it's not they lied. They just hadn't told me nothing yet.
Yeah, what the
I
hell?
swear to you we're live.
Any day now. Any day now.
We're live on YouTube.
Oh, here we go.
On the YouTubes.
Oh, yay. Wait, where are we? Oh, there we are. Yay. Hi, ghouls.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, Girls, Gore, and Jen. I'm Joe.
And I'm Miss Lauren, and it's our last show of the year.
I know. Woo woo.
It's been a crazy year.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
I'm so glad it's going to be over with. And I know everybody goes, oh, like New Year, New Me, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it's still going to be the same shit with the same you next year, just different date.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be super new me next year.
But I'm the asshole of the group. I got to be the jerk.
I'm just going to get more wrinkles this year, probably. And a worse attitude.
I'm gonna
slowly turning into Joe. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Drink
man.
more coffee.
No, it's in my future for sure.
Fuck you, Troy.
All right, we got some
Hi, Troy, by the
people
way.
checking in. Yeah, he says hello, by the way,
That's why I said fuck
Yeah.
you, Troy.
right away. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Troy.
Oh goodness.
Oh, man. So hopefully everybody had a really good Christmas or a safe,
Yeah.
fun holiday, whatever you celebrate. If you don't,
Yule, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas.
nothing at all. At least, hopefully, it was just a good day
nothing.
period.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully most of you got off work at least.
Hopefully, some of us had to work.
Like half and half. I didn't work at night.
Like half, yeah.
I didn't work at night.
Yeah, I said that's a win.
Yeah,
What did you guys eat for dinner? That's always my favorite part.
I honestly don't even remember. I was so tired because I closed the night before
Mm.
and went back to open the next day, and I was sick on top of that and didn't have very much sleep, so I don't even really remember much of yesterday except for candy.
Candy. Yeah, Peanut's been sick too. I think I don't know if I'm getting it, but ooh, it's bad. We had spaghetti
Okay.
and sausage and meatballs. And meatballs are like this fucking big.
Nice.
My mother-in-law made everything. It
Oh,
was
wow.
amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little Italian lady.
Nice.
She makes some fucking pasta, that's for sure. I'm still full.
Good. Sorry, my phone's lagging. I've been trying to send this for since we started. I'm trying to do my part.
People are joining in. We got Lee, Angel, Monty, Aaron, Jessica, Tim. Thank you guys for checking it out.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Mhm.
This is the day after Christmas. I know probably everyone's super tired right now.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm tired. I mean, I'm kind of like, my eyes are like.
And it's cold and rainy today, so it's like nobody really wants to do anything anyway. Just sit at home.
Yeah, I know. It's been raining all day and all night.
Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't know, our topic tonight is stranger danger. Meeting people on the internet looking for love and they turn horribly wrong, and then you're martyred at the end.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Looking for love on all the wrong websites.
Shit, dude. That's some scary fucking shit.
Mhm.
But first, I have a question for all of you. Peanut helped me pick this one. Would you rather live one life that lasts 1,000 years or live 10 lives that last 100 years? So basically, a human life, because people do live to be up to about 100.
How do you
times.
age though? Like, if you were to choose the 1,000 years, would you age like Yoda or would you age like a vampire?
Ooh, see, I don't know.
Because if you age like a vampire, I'd be so down for 1,000
Yeah.
years.
So I guess I figured the question is probably, would you rather be a vampire that lives 1,000 years, or would you rather be reincarnated
Okay.
10 times?
I'll do the 1,000 years without the blood sucking.
I could probably do 1,000 years too. Just so, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Like, I don't want to be a different person every time, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. That might be cool. But if you have to start over learn to walk and all that shit all over again, I'm like, ugh, I wouldn't want to deal with that. I'll just live 1,000 years, I guess.
Unless I remembered everything from the previous lives.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because then it's like, oh, I already know how to do this shit and that shit.
That's the only reason I would want to, like if it's a do-over, but then you get your facts already know.
Mhm.
Weird question, but this is a guy mind here. Do you like keeping penis? Am I a guy every time?
I didn't know you had one.
Hey, you know what? You might even if
He's all sad now.
Well, Miguel's going into New Year completely destroyed emotionally and physically now. I'm going to
It
go.
looked like somebody smashed his cupcake on the ground. Did you see his face? He's like,
you like looked away like.
I know we never had this conversation. I just assumed everyone just assumed that.
Well, I don't know if you're reincarnated. You're not necessarily the same person every time.
I just want to be a dude at least. I don't ever want to be a girl.
Well, I don't know. You don't know until you are.
That's not right.
kind of cry like one, but it'll be okay.
Milton says, love you girls. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you.
Santos says, to live 1,000 years would be nice. I got decided with him then on that.
I think so too.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Either one sounds really cool, honestly. But
Because you can get to see, like, you live so many decades and you can see, like, the progression of humankind.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's crazy. Like you could see something from the start of like us starting to clone people to the very finish of clone people.
Yeah.
Over 1,000
when
years.
the clones take over
And
and
the robots and shit.
the aliens come down and snatch up people for, harvesting.
And Elon Musk will be our overlord.
I would not leave him in charge.
We're fucked. Everyone go to Mars. Oh shit, he's there too.
He's like an omnipresent being.
Damn it. Well, none of his glass is shatterproof, so we have to take the glass out.
Oh man, vacuum suck. Anybody else? Any question, comments, concerns?
No, right now we're good right now.
Sweet.
But yeah, so far the votes are definitely in favor of 1,000 years.
All right.
Okay.
And because I love vampires, I'm assuming you get to live the vampire life. I mean, you don't have to drink blood if you don't want to, I guess. I don't know.
I don't care. There's too many cooties going around.
Goodies.
And I like food.
I've eaten weirder things, I'm sure. So.
HIV blood.
L. It's got a certain ting to it. Oh,
Sour.
L.
Oh god.
So some strange news. Strange news. Okay, this story is kind of weird.
As they all usually are.
Yeah. A Michigan family is the proud owner of a fruitcake that is 141 years old.
Fuck is in that fruitcake?
Right? I guess it was baked by a relative in 1878, and it was like one of the last cakes they ever made, and it was like a family recipe on top of that.
Oh wow.
So they kind of kept it in memory of that relative, and it never left the family for 141 years.
That's weird. How did it stay preserved?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. They didn't show a picture of it or anything. They were just, It said the family's name and shit, but I didn't write that information down because I didn't think it was relevant to the fruitcake.
It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I know there's alcohol. Maybe the alcohol preserved it. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe if it was sealed or packaged in something. I don't know. I don't know what their preserving methods was in the
embalming
1800s.
fluid.
Yeah, they dumped it in when they went to have them take to the mortuary. Like, could you? If
Just
you got
dump
extra,
a little extra for me.
yeah. If there's any
Slip of a
spare,
hundy.
I'm glad I don't get free fruitcake.
I'll give you the recipe if you just like dip this. One.
I actually like fruitcake.
I'm
one of those weirdos that likes pineapple upside down cake and like fruit cake and like.
I like his mom's rum
I like
cake. That
Oh,
shit
I
was
gotta bring you
good.
some of that.
That rum cake was amazing. I've made fruitcake, but I've had fruitcake, but I don't think I've really had fruitcake because my grandma would always get them in those fucking tins.
Oh.
Like every year, you know how the blue cookie tins with like the little butter cookies?
Yep.
It was like one of those tins, but it had like a fucking fruitcake in it.
Okay. I
And-
remember seeing those.
Yeah, and I thought those things were horrible, but to me, like as an adult, that doesn't really count as a fruitcake.
Mm.
So I still never really had a true.
I think
Fruitcake.
homemade is always like your true test.
Yeah.
Of whether you like something or not.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I think it's got to be someone knows what they're doing, not mass produced kind of something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mass produced because you never know where your shit's coming from.
Speaking of old food, there's a guy who does MRE tests. Like he'll review them.
Crazy
like, new
Russian
ones.
hacker.
God, I don't know his name. Some white dude, like in the boonies somewhere.
Mm.
But he's really good.
Does he have a Russian accent?
No.
Okay, different dude.
Like Canadian at most.
Oh.
But he did eat one from the before the Berlin Wall fell. Or no? Yeah, it was because it was East German food ration.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the oldest meat he's ever eaten.
Oh my god.
So I think that's what would that be now? 100 plus years? No, not that long. Like
Not that one.
60 years, 60,
That's gross.
70 years.
Yeah.
But then he's also eaten hardtack from the Civil War.
Oh,
just-
that's like a brick. It's like
It's just
to sustain you.
flour and water, and then just make it really hard and dry so it lasts forever.
Mhm.
And it literally lasts forever because he ate it and didn't get sick. It's
Yeah,
just disgusting.
that's gross.
So not as good as fruit salad or fruit
Yeah.
pie or
Fruitcake.
fruitcake. Excuse me, thank you.
You're
Yeah.
a fruit.
Well, this one, yeah. Well, this actual fruitcake doesn't hold the world's longest record for most preserved cake or whatever.
Okay.
They actually found one in an Egyptian tomb that was 4,000 years old. It was in a sarcophagus
Cool.
with a mummy.
That's
And it,
really
yeah,
cool.
it's an old ass cake. Just sit there dry as fuck.
I wonder what their cakes
Yeah, what
taste
is they-
like.
I know, yeah. I didn't even think to look into that because I didn't think about that.
Like, what kind of cakes did Egyptians make?
Huh.
And really good ones, immortal cakes. Because that should not be around. Yeah.
Afterlife cakes.
Yeah.
Nice. People eat weird shit. That's just no.
People eat old shit.
All those dudes who were in the Antarctic and found that mammoth and they were like stuck out there
Mhm.
and the meat was just frozen, so they boiled it when they got stuck and they ate it. They ate a mammoth.
Oh, well, boiling it.
Yeah, well, they
Makes
gotta
sense.
Dope as shit. I want to eat a mammoth.
I
That's
wouldn't
crazy.
recommend it. It was still rotten.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh.
they had to eat anything they could because they were stuck out there. I think it was like 2 years of being stuck in there without like planning properly, and then they still died. So
Oh, well, they suck.
people aren't really smart when they travel, but that's
Yeah.
for another day.
Okay.
Speaking of not smart people, September, and also speaking of Russia, September 1989, a Russian mentalist, they called him El Mandel, thought he could use his mentalist powers to stop things in their tracks. I'm sure you guys know where this is kind of going.
One day I was on a train with some vodka.
Oh shit, okay.
Oh,
Speaking
shit.
of, he tried to use his powers to gradually stop things like, people on bikes, which is kind of stupid. It's like, duh, they see someone fucking in the road. Oh, I stopped it with my mind.
This is an oil deal? Like people jumping out in the street, stop. I said stop.
He moved up to cars and then streetcars eventually.
Oh, Jesus.
Then he decided to move up to a freight train.
Oh,
And
okay.
the engineer that ran him over watched him toss a briefcase aside, walk onto the tracks, and just stop and stare and stand there. Yeah, he tried to brake, but it was too late. So he couldn't
So-
stop the train.
His powers almost worked.
Almost.
Well, I think that's one of those situations where there's no good almost. There's not good hustle. You just did.
You just did.
Idiot. Damn it.
He was a mentalist. He believed that his powers could, his mental powers could do things. And
Mhm.
I've always wanted to believe in that stuff. And then there's that guy, and then it really ruins my happiness.
That one asshole's got to ruin everything.
Good job dying, buddy. You just
God
ruined-
damn it, Mandel.
That one's crazy though. I bet. We should do a whole episode on that kind of shit.
Stupid people.
I believe I can fly with
people
my wax wings. Oh,
It's too hot outside and they melt. And they go,
Wax wings.
God damn it.
eh.
I need to hear more about this guy. I want to make fun of him more.
El Mandel.
El Mendel. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
El
gonna-
Mandel.
Fucking jabroni.
Start picking out some shit from 1,000 Ways to Die. That was a good show.
I missed that show.
They had some Bakersfield ones on there too.
I'm sure they did.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was hilarious. There was one about this guy, it was a tire shop. And this guy just liked to fuck around, and he was in the back of the tire shop, looking at dirty magazines and shit, and not doing stuff right.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something with the air hose, I think he was sitting on a tire that was connected to an air hose, and it was still like filling the tire, and it like exploded or some shit, and he died.
Oh, wasn't that in town?
Yes,
that's
yeah, that's what I was saying. That was one of the ones. I don't remember it all completely, but I do vaguely remember what it was about because I was like, that sounds like some dumb Bakersfield shit.
People are fucking retarded.
I love it.
Porn addiction guy?
Report, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
it was
God.
porn, right? He was in the back looking
He
at
was
magazines.
He was looking at some porno magazine while filling up a tractor tire, and the
Yes.
tire overinflated and blew up, and part of the shrapnel from the rim
Yeah.
hit him in the head.
Yeah, seriously,
Dun,
dude.
dun,
Like,
dun.
come on. You can't wait like a little bit.
Some people
So,
are
like-
retarded. Not retarded like.
Well, that's the
retarded.
the addiction part, though. I think.
I guess.
Like he couldn't just wait to look at the porn. He just had to look at it. He had to be looking at the
I need no
magazine.
porn now.
Stop playing with
I
your phone,
need it,
Miguel.
man.
He's like, I gotta turn this off real quick.
Hell of a blowjob.
Ah.
Hey, Joshua chimed in says, hey. And,
Hey, Joshua.
Lee says, should have tried to stop a river before stopping a train. Yeah, at least the river just carries you down the river.
Yeah, well, they're still drowned,
Then there's less paperwork involved, and people get to the point where they need to go on time.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I guess it was a freight train, you said, right?
Yep.
So at least he didn't like stop traffic like for people on their commute.
I know, how rude.
God damn. There was a podcast I like to listen to talking about like, I know it's supposed to be a tragedy, but if someone jumps in front of a train, the first thing I'm thinking is, well, I got my fucking commute. I'm stuck.
That's true.
That's
People
you-
get in car
selfish.
accidents. God damn it, I'm going to
No.
be here for 2 hours.
No.
yeah,
Forever.
because this stupid shit.
Like, that's definitely New York, I think, feeling about the trains and whatnot. Because I don't have to worry about it. We're in Bakersfield. There's no subways here.
In New York and shit, like, their attitude is, ugh, how annoying. Someone killed themselves while I'm trying to get to work.
Thanks a
Because it
lot.
just fucking stops
Right?
everything.
I had a fucking meeting at 10:15, and now I don't, Dick.
Well, do you guys remember Om Shinrikyo, the cult in Japan?
Yeah, we
Poison?
did an
Uh-huh.
episode on them.
When they put the bags for the poison, they just pushed them off and kept going.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't stop until people actually started foaming from the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because those fuckers are crazy. They like, no, we're getting to work. And I
Right.
wanted to say, like, a bunch of people still went to work sick. But they're like,
I
"No,
wouldn't
need to be
doubt it."
here." Like,
He said this on a.
yeah, the ones that were like
Right?
far enough away where they're not gonna die, obviously, like they can still take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They are still poisoned, but they're like, no, take care of it later. Tylenol. I couldn't do that. I would not go to work after that.
Oh man.
I mean, I barely want to go to work if I'm coughing a little too much.
right? It's like, why am I gonna get other people sick? Come on.
You know what people do to me? I'm gonna do it right back. I just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, people are just disgusting in general.
It's true. It's true.
Just prudy now. I don't care.
All right.
Cold
We're-
as coffee's getting.
We're caught up over here.
Okay.
Okay, Dogan.
Who's first on the murder machine?
Murder
Murder machine. You want to go first? You want to go first?
We can go first and talk about this for a little bit because it's recent. Well,
Oh,
not
okay.
like recent, but I mean, it happened in 2017.
Oh, okay.
But the trial was still going on last year, and
Okay.
so Sydney Loof, I'm sure you guys have heard of this young lady. She was a 24-year-old woman in Nebraska who had met Bailey Boswell, a girl on Tinder, and was gonna go on a date with her. So she posted on her Snapchat, I believe, something like that, oh, just getting ready for my date. And that was basically the last time anybody had heard anything about her. Nobody had seen her after that. She went missing for a while. And then come to find out, they used the... they basically used like a cell phone records and things like that, just looking at her stuff to find out. You know, the FBI was looking for her and everything too, which is weird. They pinned her phone and they found the two people that murdered her. It was Bailey Boswell, and she had a 52-year-old boyfriend. Bailey is in her 20s, and she had a 52-year-old boyfriend.
Daddy issues.
Yes, named Aubrey Trail. His name was Aubrey, which is
Okay.
almost like a boy named Sue kind of shit. That's what it is. The police found this girl's body basically dismembered and wrapped in trash bags spread out throughout country roads in Nebraska. It was really sad. During the interview, Trail told police that he was paid $15,000 by these two girls to act out a sexual fantasy. It had turned out that Trail had strangled her with an electrical cord. It's possible that he sexually assaulted her, but I mean, he said it was a fantasy that they were all involved in. But yeah, he ended up. Oh, also, there is camera footage at a Walmart prior to the date of these two buying like weird equipment that was actually used in this girl's murder. Yeah, like the paper, like the trash bags and like ropes and stuff and like tools to cut her body and it's just awful.
See, people aren't resourceful anymore. You have to go out and buy shit like at the spur of the moment. Oh, we could commit a murder. I mean, don't bother looking at what you could recycle around the house.
I know, there's pictures for a reason, people.
Yeah, so he claimed in the interview that he was paid $15,000 by these girls. So he's basically throwing his girlfriend under the fucking bus, too. And then, but then he also, which is weird. Okay, so he said they paid him, but then he also turned around and said that she was paid $5,000 to do this.
Who the fuck's got all this money?
Yeah, I don't know. See, that's what is fucking like unclear. Like, who the fuck? I don't know. Basically, he was saying that he has like a second job where he like reenacts like sexual fantasies and stuff for clients and all these things. I'm like, dude, you're a 52-year-old disgusting man. Like, nobody, I've seen his picture. Nobody fucking.
Weird.
If
I'm
it was
just kidding.
If it was a lady, I would say yes.
No,
no one pays a guy for that.
Yeah. See, that's what his story didn't make fucking sense. You know what I'm saying?
Ew.
So, yeah, they eventually, basically said that, Boswell, didn't commit the murder, or not murder, but didn't do anything to, like, she wasn't around for this incident. So basically what happened is she lured this girl for this guy.
Yeah.
And so she wasn't involved in the actual murder, alleged murder, wasn't involved in the actual murder, but she did help dismember and throw out the body. So that was really sad.
So messed up.
Trail slashed himself in the throat in court. There's a video of it.
Oh shit.
While he was on trial, like it was going on. I don't know if you can maybe pull up a link or something.
I'm on it right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you give me a name, like exactly what I should be looking for?
Aubrey Trail
Court.
slashes throat. Something like that. I don't know. That's the most specific thing you could probably look for.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to look good on your history, but.
I've got weird stuff on there.
Yeah.
See? This is what we were talking about earlier.
Porn addiction's real. Oh my god. Those midgets aren't going to look at themselves.
And still no one has hired him. So.
Oh, shit. So, also, if you guys have any more specific details about this story, too, please chime in. It'd be great.
You said it was ongoing, right? Or it's not quite complete?
You know what? I
or-
didn't find out because there's so many articles on it.
Okay.
Like I didn't know what happened. Like,
Okay.
but basically they did go to trial. They were both charged with first-degree murder. And Boswell was charged with an improper disposal of a human body. When I didn't.
Okay.
Well, that was the thing.
I guess
It's probably because they had nothing better else. They're like, we gotta fucking find something else to throw
because
on
she
here.
didn't. They didn't find evidence of her. The only thing she did really was, get this girl to go on a date with her.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like they couldn't really get anything else on her other than that. So
That's
she's still in
shit.
trouble for something. These two are definitely criminals. They were criminals before this even happened too, because they owned an antique shop together.
Okay.
and they scammed a couple from Kansas out of like $400,000. And so they were busted for that before.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Scoundrels.
Yeah, crazy
Scoundrels.
shit. So, yeah, and also, if you could find out, Miguel, real quick, if there's any more information on what happened. Like, if they're in jail, well, they're obviously fucked.
Yeah, right.
What do you call it?
Yeah.
They're basically fucked. I think
They're
that's it was in the court stenographer put down. Basically, they're fucked. No, I found the video though. The best we can do, it does not show it, but that's probably for the best.
It kind of implies
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
happen, though.
No, it happens.
Like
it just
cuts it.
Yeah, you'll see
You
it now.
can't really see a whole lot from the angle that I was
Oh.
looking at. It's just like you kind of see him doing something, and then all these cops are like running up and
Yeah.
like running towards him.
Oh,
But yeah,
sweet.
he was taken out on a gurney, and he had like a
Are you guys ready
A
for me to
brace
play it
on
real
his
quick?
neck?
It's only 13
All right,
seconds.
is it going to
Oh,
play? Are you
yeah.
can turn that around, or is it going to come up on here?
It's gonna show for them.
Oh, okay.
It'll just be easier that way. I'll turn the noise.
Okay,
back
so
on
let's
for them.
watch together, guys.
Real quick, like, all right, and don't say we didn't warn you.
Please be seated. Bailey is innocent after
No, it skipped on mine.
All right, there we go. 13 seconds. Just really quick. He says Bailey's innocent, and I curse you all, and then goes to town on himself. So I'm gonna turn that off.
Yeah.
Back to you guys.
He's into some weird shit too. He was telling the interviewers, "Oh, I don't believe in the same God that you guys do," and talking about how he drained her blood in like a
Like a tub
like
or
an
something?
undisclosed. He wouldn't tell them where he drained her blood because it was like basically letting go of her soul. And they put a dildo, like sex toys, next to her body parts as an apology for
What?
killing her. Like, this is some fucked up shit that happened to her.
Yeah.
Like,
We gave her the dildo. What do you guys want? Oh my God.
they put sex toys like in the ditches where they threw her body parts.
What the fuck is wrong with
Like, as an
people?
apology, like, oh, sorry, like, they basically didn't mean for it to go that far or
It'd be
whatever.
really interesting to see at a funeral whenever everybody else is putting flowers on a casket.
Here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he told him.
Oh, no, the class game.
He
Sorry.
told investigators too that he put some of her body parts in a cemetery, but there weren't any cemeteries near where he lived.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I don't know. He's like lying about some things and making up stories about other things. He's obviously fucking psychotic.
Right.
Like it's not even like
Yeah.
he's trying to fucking.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
disturbing.
Yeah, he's just giving them like weird clues to almost like he's fucking with the cops, you know?
Huh.
Yeah, it was weird.
That is weird.
Okay, here we go. The latest I could find on news is from November 2nd, saying the judge denies Aubrey Trail's death penalty challenge. So it's,
Okay, yeah, they were going to give him. They were pending a death sentence, like a death sentence, but they didn't have like everything that they needed. So
but it looks like the judge won't stop them from seeking that though.
Oh, good.
So yeah,
cool.
the
So yeah,
challenge
it's
has
still
been
ongoing. I'm assuming
What state was this in?
Nebraska.
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 Nobody else has anything better to do in Nebraska,
Nebraska's
Yes.
fucked up.
dude.
Like that's
All they
where-
have is corn.
and nuclear missiles everywhere. They
So
built all the
radiation.
silos over there because, like, oh, no one's gonna bomb here. We'll be fine. We'll put all our good stuff over here. And there's a certain airport that, gosh dang it, like the day of 9/11, a bunch of people were flown over there.
Oh.
I gotta relook all that up because it's a crazy conspiracy. Like Nebraska has so much weird stuff based upon it, and some of it
Like
can
the
be-
aliens, like
Yeah.
crop circles and shit, like all the meth.
Yeah, Nebraska needs to be watched out, not just for its corn. I do love grits, but
Great, so yummy.
not worth it for all the murder.
Yeah, not worth it for all the murder. Not all the murder in the world will get me to eat your grits, lady.
So
Oh.
yeah, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Did it say what site this is off of? The
It was Tinder.
Tinder.
Mhm.
When I was looking through a lot of these, most of them were Tinder and Plenty of Fish.
Oh, Plenty of Fish.
There was maybe like one or two other ones, but they were predominantly Tinder and Plenty of Fish.
Wouldn't that be funny if it was mostly like Christian Mingle?
Farmers
That's where all
only.
Christian Mingle, that's where all the murders
Or
happen.
Christian Mingle and J date.
Yeah.
Murder. Real quick, guys. Though, Eric is checking in. He said we met at the Shock Fest. That Shock Fest at the hotel bar.
Oh yes, I remember you.
So Eric, I want to make sure I put his picture up there so we can see him. And then Debbie says she just got in, so she's wondering why did they kill her?
Oh, because they're fucking psychotic.
They're weird.
They've probably murdered like prostitutes and shit, but like nobody
Yeah.
can pin them on it
That's
except,
live.
huh?
Sorry. Make sure the battery was still good.
Oh, you said that?
I thought you were talking about us. I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we're live. Where have you been?
Yeah.
Peanut's over there messing with electrical stuff and he distract himself. Oh, that's live.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's the best way to tell.
Right?
Yeah, lick a battery. It's real fun
Lick
when you got
it.
a tongue ring.
Oh, fuck. I didn't think about that.
No.
Have the taste.
I taste pig.
Smells like burnt toast in here.
Do you think they tested the batteries before putting the sex toys by her
You'd
dead
like
body?
to think that.
You'd hope so, right? Like, if you're gonna apologize, you better make sure there's fresh
I
batteries
know,
in the
fresh
sex
fucking
toys.
batteries.
I don't want none of this. Oh, it goes out on her in her afterlife, and then all of a sudden dead batteries. That's
Jesus.
bullshit.
Right at the climax too, you fucking assholes.
Murder.
Now I'm really gonna fucking haunt you bitches.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ, that's horrible. Oh my God.
We've said worse on the show.
I think so.
We've done worse on this show.
I agree with both those statements, which is sad to have to say, but I like it at the same time.
Speaking
Believe-
of sex toys and afterwards and shit running.
You
I
better
did-
think that carefully.
I know, because I don't even know what the fuck that thing is in your hand, sir. And apparently it has batteries in it.
It's a tester.
I'm just joking with you.
Oh, real quick, Lee says, sounds like the Hills have eyes with the bomb tests. The Nebraska thing, yeah. And Eric says, any plans to be in Los Angeles area in the new year? I would say 100%.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we still need to go to the Museum of Death.
That's exactly where my head went first.
But they won't take us in there. I've already tried.
And well,
We can still
I would
go.
say just
We can
check out
go to
yourself.
go, but they won't let us film in there.
Maybe we just get people together to hang out and go.
Like
not
a meet
to-
and greet.
Yeah,
We
not to
should do a
actually.
meet and greet there.
Yeah.
We don't have
That'd
to film
be fun.
it. I understand why they don't want it filmed because they want people to go. So
Oh
You
no,
don't
they
wanna
said they
ruin
just
it.
don't associate with people like us. Like almost literally said that to me
You
on
know-
the phone.
I think it's they want to be more
It's more like sciencey.
factual versus any kind of like conspiracy. But, all right, if
That's
they want to be
fine.
kind of crybabies, it's fine.
Yeah, that's how I took it.
Little
But we're
crybabies.
still gonna go.
Yeah, look, get us banned, Miguel. Shut your mouth.
I'm not saying they don't do a good job what they do. I just feel like there's room for both.
Right.
But it's their thing. They built it and they
Oh,
do
yeah.
a good job. So gotta respect that. I think another great place, not exactly LA, but Long Beach, Queen Mary.
That place is cool.
Hunted.
Yeah. And we do want to do more recorded stuff next year, so we can
We
record
do.
one
Yep.
from Queen Mary and
Yep.
post that up.
If you guys have any California-y places that you can think of that might be haunted or have a cool like backstory that is relevant to the show, let us know. Yep, that'd be cool. Maybe we can travel, do meet and greet. I don't know.
I
If you
remember.
want to make a place haunted, tell us, we can murder someone there, whatever.
Shit. Well, shit. Speaking of LA,
Uh-oh.
What?
yeah, my guy, he's actually titled the Tinder Killer.
Oh, great.
Yeah. In early 2018, 27-year-old Danielle Drayton.
What the fuck is up with these names?
I know it's like Daniel and Manuel mixed together.
Almost like
Danielle.
Danielle.
Yeah, Danielle.
Dunwell.
He was arrested
Dunwell.
in Dunwell.
Dunwell.
He was arrested in Hollywood, California. Prior to being arrested, he met a woman on the Tinder app. And at the time, she wasn't really looking for a relationship, but he was so charming and so nice and stuff that,
They
and they were-
usually are.
yeah, and they were talking for so long, they decided like, hey, let's, meet up and give it a shot and whatnot. So they started seeing each other, and she said that they had been seeing each other for maybe about 6 months, like every single day for about 6 months.
Wow.
And she was into him so much, she even introduced her young son to him. She said he was like the perfect man, like the man that you would want to have. That was him. And so she was super into it. And then one day his phone was ringing and it was a number, it was another female calling him.
Mm-hmm.
And she spoke with the girl. She wasn't screaming at her or anything. She's like, hey, like, how do you know him? And she goes, well, we've been talking on Tinder. And she goes, oh, really? She goes, did he happen to mention that he has a girlfriend? And she's like, oh, no, he did not. And she's like, yeah. So then she broke it off with him.
Mm-hmm.
He did not take that shit well.
Uh-oh. They
So-
usually don't.
Yeah. So he started like hanging outside of her house like every single day to the point where he was like sleeping in his car overnight, night after night, would not answer, or she kept blocking him from all the social media and everything. And then he started making all these different social media accounts and like trying to contact her through it. And she's like, dude, leave me alone.
Those are the guys you have to watch out for online, girls.
Yes.
Some guys will say, oh, he's harmless. He's just mad.
No,
Like,
you know what? Do
That's
background
psychotic.
checks. You can do a Google image reverse search. So you can see if that person's profile picture is actually their picture or if it's been used on a whole bunch of different sites. Like, some people will use them to fish
Mhm.
and they're stealing them from other people. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things you can do to check out someone before you actually go physically meet them, because stranger danger is fucking real.
Yeah.
But this guy, anyway, he started sleeping outside of her house, harassing all the time, making up new profiles to get a hold of her. Then he started throwing rocks at her window, like try to get her attention and stuff. And she wouldn't let him in the house. She was like, dude, I want you to fucking go away. Get away from me. So he broke into her window. He broke her window one day, had a ladder, and got into her house.
Oh my God.
And she fucking flipped out. Like, I watched a lot of her interviews. I thought, you know what? She's actually she's a really good mom, because the whole time she's like, my child, like everything was like, I have to protect my child. Like, fuck me, but I have to be there for my kid. She's like, so she called the cops. Of course, he was already gone. And then, oh no, I'm sorry. She didn't call the cops. He broke her window, tried to get in the house because she wouldn't let him in.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started recording him. Like, she had a camera on her front door to start recording every time he'd come up to the house. And like, so she'd get it documented for the cops.
Right.
And then there's one where he's standing outside, like texting. And then he's like calling her. And then she started recording the calls. He's screaming at her, being belligerent. I will fucking kill your son. I will kidnap your child. You
Oh my
mess with the wrong, blinkety blink, and saying, like, I will kill your whole family and this and that. And she's just like, this dude needs to go now. Like, I'm done. This dude needs to go.
Threatening to kill someone's family. Not really the most romantic gesture. That's
No.
pretty opposite.
Yeah, swoon.
And then after a while, like, I guess things kind of cooled down for like a little bit.
Mhm.
And then he finally called her and was like, hey, listen, I'm moving out to California. Just please come meet and talk to me just one more time before I go. I just want to say goodbye to you.
Oh my God.
I'm moving. And she was like, okay, cool. So she goes by herself and she goes and she meets him somewhere, and he gets in the vehicle with her to try to talk to her. And the whole California thing like stopped, and it was just going back into like, well, can't we just be together, this and that? And she's like, no, we cannot. So he gets super upset, and she's still buckled in her car. Like, they're parked, but she still has her seatbelt on. He jumps over her and gets on top of her while she's still buckled.
Oh,
And he starts like trying to strangle her, and like he's sticking his thumb like into her trach and shit. And finally she was able to like kind of struggle away from him and get herself unbuckled and get out. And like she kind of like fell out of the door of her car. And she said there were 3 workers across the street that saw her get out the way she got out. And they approached her and were like, are you okay? Do you need help? Like, what happened? And she's crying and trying to catch her breath. He gets out of the fucking car and runs around to keep trying to attack her in front of these 3 men, threatening to kill her, all kinds of stuff. The 3 guys got him to go away and called the police. He ran off. He like straight took off and went from New York to California. So he just went ahead and came over here anyways. And while he was here,
That's scary.
yeah. Okay. So 3 days. So 3 days after leaving New York, he was arrested for assault.
Mhm.
He was staying in a hotel room. Come to find out that when he, right as soon as he came to California, he hooked up with a chick on the Tinder app who was a nurse. They went out, they had dinner, went back to her place, and murdered her.
Jesus Christ.
And then he met another girl on one of the rideshare apps. I don't know. I don't want to
God,
say for
that's
sure it was like Uber or anything like that, but it was something like a rideshare app.
Yeah.
And he met some other girl in her and he assaulted her also. And she ended up calling the police, and that's how we got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, like, he already served 4 years in prison in, where was he at? Was it Minnesota or something like that? But he already served 4 years for second-degree strangulation, unlawful restraint, and violation of a restraining order. So this was all shit that had happened prior to assaulting his girlfriend with the child and then murdering this one chick and sexually assaulting another. When he was arrested,
He had mommy issues.
yeah, when he was arrested, he actually ended up admitting to the murder of 7 people
Jesus.
through the Tinder app.
That
Well, not
was-
all of them through the Tinder app, but most of them were through the Tinder app. Like
Mhm.
one dude, he just wanted to kill, and the other ones were through the Tinder app. He says he's got voices in his head that like push him, like a physical energy to make him do these things, and he was hoping to get caught. Because he had sprayed one of the victims with like his cologne and then sprayed himself, so the smell would be in the air, so they would know to find him or some shit. And he was like, I wanted to get caught so that no one else would get hurt and all this other shit. But
No, he didn't.
yeah,
He also, like, you know,
Yeah,
turned himself
exactly.
in.
Can you hand me that line right there, please? Thank you.
but yeah,
Nice top.
Oh, yeah, it's called Rabbit.
no
Speaking
booger.
of sex toys,
Ah.
it filters the wang.
Yeesh.
Or like aerates it.
Aerate it, not bubbles.
Excuse me. I corrected myself, sir.
I'm just making sure.
You shut your mouth.
So fancy.
Go.
You shut your mouth.
Better than
You
eating
meow
the
meow
counter, for sure.
Mouth.
meow meow. You shut your meow meow.
But yeah, if you're after the first person he killed, you know, like Tinder would give him a bad rating or something. You know? So the girls wouldn't want to go out with him. But all right.
Bad rating. Oh my god, that's so scary because I've dated guys, like not dated, but like I don't know. Just the first time you meet certain guys, you know if they're fucking weird and you
Yeah.
don't want to talk to them anymore, but they keep trying to talk to you.
Friendly PSA
It's
for
scary.
friendly PSA for all viewers that are watching that may be be doing this online dating app thing. If you agree to meet someone off one of these apps,
Go with someone.
have one of your friends kind of also be there, even if they're off in the distance, but monitoring you. Have it be a very public place.
You know.
Like coffee
Because-
dates are always great, like in a public Starbucks.
And in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
not at night
Yeah.
before closing, because that's stupid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure that you communicate this with other people and check in with them. Have a check-in system, have address words, something just so that they know what time. If you're supposed to meet at 1, they call you at 1:10 and you give a code word nonchalantly if everything's okay or if everything is fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you could have people there in a heartbeat.
Some of my single friends, they share their location with
Yes.
people too.
And that's very smart. Your phones can do that.
Yeah.
If you have an iPhone or an Android, they can do that, and I highly recommend you look into that.
Yeah, just having an accountability buddy never hurts.
Yeah,
Accountability buddy.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know,
That's cute, Miguel.
code
So
words
sweet.
like, oh, pistachios. Oh, you're fine. And then my code word, if you're not fine, is like, fucking help me, get over here. Oh.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Yeah, fuck this person, get me out of here. Yeah. Well, honestly, at that point, like, you're not gonna see him again anyway. Yell in their face. Fuck that. If they're a crazy person, you can tell the crazy ones are always crazy. They're not the quiet type
Yeah,
of corner.
yeah.
I can just yell at them, get out of there. There's no reason for you to have to feel like guilty to treat them like a nice person if they have ill intentions
Right.
or if they're making you feel uncomfortable.
There
Yeah.
is a difference too between somewhat socially awkward people and fucking psychopaths. Like
Yeah.
usually people can tell, I don't know, sometimes they can't, obviously with these
Sometimes
Stories
people can't
we've
pick up
told.
social cues.
like, oh, I'm not making direct eye contact. I don't want to talk to you.
Right? It's like, oh shit.
Or like if people are like turning around and doing this when you come up, like obviously they don't want to talk to you. Don't be weird.
Yeah, I learned that one. Fuck,
It's
man.
like, please don't make this awkward. I've only had
Like,
one
oh,
drink.
Yeah.
Miguel's like, I got used to talking to the back of people's heads.
Yeah.
They figure out a way like, oh my god, what's on your shoulder? And they look around like, oh, now you want to talk to me.
Yeah, right?
I saved you.
This is so sad. You know what? I'm gonna drink so much tomorrow.
He's like,
I
fuck you
can't wait.
The
guys.
show just turned into us berating Miguel.
He doesn't have a penis. He's alone all the time.
Hey,
Addicted
you're
to porn, apparently.
Hey,
You
That
should really
is
review
your
every Girls Going Gen episode this year and make a percentage of how many shows veered onto that track.
It's been lately, I think.
I think if I add up minutes per bashing Miguel,
probably about half the show.
I think like at least 3 or 4 full episodes. Which is fine. You know, it's fine.
Shit.
Call them Shut Up Migs compilations,
Oh.
1, 2, and 3.
I don't want to do that. Good.
That'd be funnier than fuck to just sit there and watch him making a compilation video of everybody saying "Shut up, Migs."
We need to get him a beanie.
Falling
He's already got the
apart.
glasses.
Shut up, Migs.
Shut up, Migs.
Just can you imagine
Shut
that
up,
2
Migs,
o'clock in the
Migs,
morning?
come
Shut up, Migs. Shut up, Migs. Shut up.
Slowly falling apart.
You
and
shut up, Frankie.
sharpening my knives with my own Tinder account to murder people.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
set up an
God.
online profile.
It's time to start killing, I guess.
Ordering your shit off of Amazon. Leaving horrible reviews.
Goddamn Amazon killer.
Yeah, that guy was a fucking crazy ass.
dick. I do
I was-
like Dan's comment here. Where are all those single friends?
Right?
Yeah.
Call it. I like where your head's at. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was good timing, dog. You guys
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
see that, but the dog literally popped his head right here.
My dogs are just hanging out.
Perfect.
You might be able to hear their little clip claps on,
Kit Kat.
on the tile.
In a good way.
So cute.
Oh.
So, do you guys have a favorite episode that we've done this year? I think the games were always my favorite because we
One of
could
the
just
ones.
fuck around and like talk shit and so much fun.
Well, the ones we got to finish, like Side Night and Happiness ones, with those ones. There were some
Those
games
were
we
so
never
fun,
got to
though.
complete.
That's okay. I mean,
Like,
we could
way
still do
back.
part 2s and part 3s
That
this
last-
upcoming year.
That last Cyanide and Happiness one was great on the count that right when the game was over, the episode was over. That very
Yeah.
rarely happens.
It was perfect.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really cool.
Yeah. Oh, I got the new Rick and Morty Uno.
Oh fuck, dude!
It's got
yes.
new rules in it.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, jeez, Rick. Squatch.
It's so funny how much that "aw geez" gets thrown around. in
Oh
construction.
jeez.
Oh geez, I don't know.
That Morty, I gotta take these seeds and shove them way up your butthole for Grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Morty, come on. You can do it for Grandpa.
I want a dragon. I want a dragon.
Yeah.
I want a dragon.
I am not happy with this season so far, I will say that.
I
don't think
actually
it's-
am.
Yeah?
I'm pleased. with it.
Lily pad. Oh my goodness.
I'm not to say it's not funny, but
Someone likes it.
I'm just like,
She
meh.
loves kisses.
She does. Land seals.
Yeah, she is.
They all look like seals.
She's a baby Lancia.
Sheesh, Louise.
Go lay down, Patty.
I know this is probably not going to add to my not getting made fun of on the show, but I never cared for Rick and Morty. I just can't get into it.
We know. I think that's why we talk shit too.
That's the reason right there, huh?
One
That's
of the
the
many
reason.
reasons why we talk shit about
All
them.
right, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Let's just keep it.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm not the dude who calls everyone bitch, and is a ripoff of what the fuck's his name?
Back to the Future, motherfucker.
You don't even know.
Doc Brown.
No, the goddamn.
Oh,
Freddy
Scary
Krueger.
Terry.
Yeah.
Scary Terry, bitch.
God damn, so good.
Oh, don't worry, we got your back, dog. Here's some pants, bitch.
Okay, real quick though, because we asked questions about places to visit.
Oh
Eric-
yeah.
Eric mentioned the gosh dang, it's up here because he posted a link.
It was the park
haunted
bench.
picnic bench, yeah. And he
Okay.
put a video to the anomaly he found on at minute 9 and 22 seconds, and then again at 12 and 2 seconds.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's a pretty cool one. If you guys want to check that out after the show, because we only
Okay.
got like 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely should watch that.
I guess
And
we
I'll-
have. I don't know. Do we have time to like answer questions and stuff? I mean, it's the last show of the year.
Yeah, if you guys have anything you want to ask, you
Yeah.
know, You want them to start making fun? Want to put that in the comments? Fine.
It's your last chance this year to ask us stupid ass questions or really cool questions.
Debbie's got a question here too. A little off topic, but
Okay.
Okay.
definitely interesting. Have you watched The Witcher yet
Yes.
on Netflix?
Nope.
I can't watch anything right now because I cannot see because I lost my glasses.
She's been reading Braille all night. Like, don't let her fool you. She looks down just to make it look legit.
I can see shadows.
Yes, I have watched. Peanut here has watched The Witcher. I
I know.
fucking love it.
He's
I'm
super
gonna have
excited.
to watch it a couple of other times because I know there's a lot that I missed. I had to watch a couple episodes 2 times at least just to understand what the fuck was going on. In my defense, I was also loaded up on cough syrup.
Yeah.
You're robo tripping?
Yeah, I was trying to figure. It's like after the second time, I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. It was like a super.
He
simple
kept
plot.
falling asleep in and out of it too.
Oh, man.
It's a Netflix show. All right. That's how bad it was.
Oh, it was just the trailer.
I've been watching the
This
trailer to
seems
Madden
super
over and over again.
repetitive.
God, I feel like I've seen this scene like 10 times already.
Oh my god.
And I just now learned that it's a movie based off of a video game series.
What's going
I
on?
did not know that. And now I really want to get the console to play the video game.
Yes. I'm 100% on board with you on that. I haven't watched it yet, but I've been told so many good things that I'm actually going to do it for once.
It's like Assassin's Creed meets Game of Thrones. That's how I
And
felt
like
about
a little bit of like weird comedy, like satire almost.
it. Yes.
I like that. I mean, I'm still trying to catch up with The Mandalorian because people tell me that's
Me
good.
too. You know what? I'm waiting to catch up on anything when I get my glasses because right now I'm just watching like Hell's Kitchen.
I'm not watching anything right now, honestly.
I'm just watching Hell's Kitchen. I love Ramsay screaming at people. So
Yeah, you know they're crying, so you don't have to look at that. You just know,
I know.
on their face. Like,
it's so funny how they're like, yes, sir. They're like so scared.
My life is just being degraded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I know I'm a good cook, and Chef Ramsay's like, it's fucking raw.
Fucking donkey! Fucking donkey!
I thought making sushi was supposed to be easy.
pisses me off is Kitchen Nightmare, or not? Yeah, Kitchen
I
Nightmare.
love Kitchen Nightmares too.
But whenever like he comes and like, I don't know why my restaurant's failing, they
It's
tell them
because
like,
your food
no,
is
you're wrong.
shitty. No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're
Super
talking about-
defensive.
Yeah, I watched one episode with you where everything was fucking microwaved, and it's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Chef Mike.
It's like, oh, our shit's Chef Mike. It's like,
Uh,
oh, our food is amazing. Like, dude, it's frozen,
It's gross.
rubbery.
well,
That's so-
not
Fucking hell. That's what.
spoiler alert. A lot of Olive Garden's food is fucking
Yeah.
reheated bullshit.
Yeah, I hate
Olive
Olive
Garden is
Garden.
all frozen. Chili's too.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
Chili's
They've
is like
gotten a
that.
little bit better, but I'm pretty sure they're.
I think you get a better drunk on at Chili's than you do at
Yeah, you do.
Olive Garden.
Well, yeah. Then you don't get.
You don't.
care about the food.
Oh, here we go. Do you go to haunted locations? If so, do you take any steps to protect yourselves from negative spirits? Negative spirit attachment.
I am a negative spirit attachment. So,
That's where a bunch
So
of
do you guys-
degenerates are hanging out with you.
do you guys protect yourself? Do you guys use protection? No, it's good. Is it ripped for her
sex
pleasure?
jokes!
Uh,
Is it ripped for her pleasure?
I got my reverse trap card from Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just keep in my pocket. I'm like, fuck, you just cursed yourself, ghost piece of shit.
The graveyard was always the best card.
You would miss that game. I
Me
don't care if
too.
I'm a nerd.
You know what? I used to play.
Fucking
Funny
love it.
enough, like I didn't know at my age back then. Like I didn't know a whole lot of girls that would play. But I had brothers.
I didn't know any girls
so-
that played either.
I had brothers though, so
Which
we
game is
played
this?
Pokemon and
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
bro.
Oh,
All
Yu-Gi-Oh.
those weird cards. My ex-boyfriend taught me how to play Magic. The
I still don't know how to play
Gathering.
Magic.
It's fun.
I would like to learn that one.
It's fun for nerds.
Oh, fuck yeah. They all are. They really are. And they keep my
Fantasy card games.
Fuck yeah. And then, like, my little brothers love to collect the cards. I will not play any of the games, but it gives me a chance, like, I remember using that. All right.
Yeah. My brothers had binders and binders of like their card collections of Pokemon. My little brother especially.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have that for Garbage Pail Kid cards.
Dr. Frank.
I used to collect
Does he collect
stickers.
Oh shit!
The stickers were the best.
I used to collect stickers.
The
as a kid.
shiny like metallic
Just
ones
all
and
kinds
stuff.
of stickers,
Yeah.
everything. When I was a kid, stickers and Barbies. That was my jam.
I'm so sorry. We got so lost on that one.
That's cool.
As far as
Oh yeah,
protect-
more questions.
yeah, what would you guys recommend if
Protection.
anything? Yeah.
I don't know, just sage and like a good positive
White desert sage.
mindset.
White
White
sage.
desert sage specifically, yeah. But yeah, just I don't know.
Nothing.
Just go for it.
No.
And leave all of your baggage at the door. Whenever you leave all of your baggage, any negative emotion that you're feeling, any bullshit that's floating around in the back of your head of crap that you're dealing with, you gotta leave that behind
Because if that haunted shit's real, they're gonna fucking poke at that.
they're gonna find it, they're gonna attach themselves to it,
They're
and
gonna-
they're gonna use the fuck out of it because negative emotion is one of the strongest emotions that human beings are capable of possessing. It'll stick with you for a lifetime.
Hence
I
this
believe
show. Look at all the bad shit that happened that we talked about.
And it sticks around. It literally does.
Mhm.
People talk about it all the time. They want to know more about it. It intrigues people. That's just the bad stuff.
Something that I stumbled across a while back, and I kind of want to look more into it. But some have said have a pinch of salt or a little bit of salt in your pockets.
It's for grounding.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, is that something that is done for, say, poltergeist hunters or ghost hunters? Do they carry salt in their pockets or on their person?
I guess maybe we'll have to have one on the show.
Maybe
So
we
we can
carry
talk to them.
scripts in their pockets.
Just be something to look into, maybe.
Yeah, we should
I've
have somebody
never looked
that
into
does
it.
that shit on the show, and then they can tell us.
Yeah, I would like to know more about that as well. I just, that's interesting. Interessante.
Quit
That's not
pretending
even
to be
Spanish.
It is not Spanish.
Hey,
It's just
the salt is just there just in case you come across a Mexican deity that likes tequila.
I was gonna say or tequila.
Oh my god, my menudo's too bland. Here you go. Oh,
Olay bitches.
Yeah.
Salt Bay.
oh my god, that fucker.
He apparently doesn't actually really know how to cook meat.
No,
Like he really he's like fairly seasons his meat.
Yeah,
According to a
misses.
video that I've
He's got
seen.
bland beef. Wink, wink.
Oh my
Well,
God.
when you do this, you're not really aiming, you know? Eric says sea salt is best because it's purer form.
Mhm.
Makes sense. It seems like it's less.
Oh,
Not
speaking of,
iodized.
Yeah.
I need to pick up more of like.
But other than that, we're good on questions.
Okay.
What, I have a question. What is
Yeah.
one like
Just
episode
picture
that you guys want to do next year, but maybe it's gonna take more research or something before we get to it? What's like a
Definitely
big
more
one?
government stuff.
I like that. I like
Because we
government
gotta get our. For me, I like to get my facts correct, and more research on government stuff, like knowing more about like policies and stuff, might actually help with doing more research about like government conspiracies and stuff. So just kind of learning more about government in general.
Something I would like to see more of, and I have a reason for it. But I like that was really sad.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Still have the corner of the eye. Like, oh no.
I'd like to see an episode off of the Epstein
Oh, that's
whole
coming, bitches.
catastrophe. Because,
We need a board behind us with pins and
Yeah,
strings and
that's
pictures
gonna-
and shit.
Yeah, like the
Because-
FBI fucking.
because here's the thing: there's a lot of jokes that are floating around of Epstein didn't kill himself, and it's become one of those.
It's
things where everybody-
worldwide, like,
there's nobody who
Everybody
hasn't heard
knows
Yeah.
that he didn't do that.
But
Right.
I
But
want to make
nobody's
sure
doing
that the
anything.
public knows why this is something that they need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And the more that people bring up about Epstein and who he was, what he did, why this is such an issue, I think that the justice could actually be served to those poor children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'd like to
definitely.
see that. I'd like to see that in
Yeah.
2020.
Like, no offense to the Coney 2012 thing that happened, because he was a bad person too. But it happened like 4 years after he was already out of power and on the run.
Who did? I'm sorry.
The Coney thing in Africa, the warlord, and they did a big movement to try to
Okay.
help find
I don't
him.
know anything about
Yeah.
this.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
This is old and it was a fad, like real quick. But
Okay.
it was basically he had child soldiers. And they were trying to
Oh
stop-
yeah. Every country has always done that shit.
Yeah, but the point is that they were trying to bring awareness to a bad person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But in this particular case now, we don't not only have technology fast enough to get information to everybody, it's happening right now. He just died. It's not that long.
Right.
It's not years past. Like if we can get people on this and keep people actually focused on a
Mhm.
goal,
Mhm.
something can be done.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's still plenty of people that had to have been a part of it
Oh
that
yeah.
can be brought to justice. Just because he's dead doesn't mean everything's gone.
Right.
What is her name? The one that was second in charge. There's a woman who's
With
gotten-
Epstein.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, because she went on the run. They think she's in like Germany or she's
Like not his.
south-
Wait, was it his girlfriend?
it was a
No, not his
business
girlfriend. The
situation,
business partner.
They tried to portray it like they kind of were, but
Whatever. No.
she was basically his little fucking henchman, the one that go and procure all the girls and lure them and
Procure.
yeah, procure them.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking horrible, but
Yeah.
Shop
could
around at the
still
local
get hurt.
elementary schools.
oh fuck.
Fucking degenerate asshole motherfuckers.
Down at Toys R
That's
Us.
probably where most of these missing kids
One
are
for you
Yeah.
there.
in America.
I'll give you a bear hug.
Rawr.
But Joe, what about you? What other episodes, or if there was a big one that you'd want to touch on?
Or maybe one that we've done that you want to do more on.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I would have liked to have gone to the Cecil Hotel or the Stay on Main, whatever, but it's like it's closed now, isn't it?
No, they reopened as a Stay on Main.
But I thought it closed again though.
I will look into that, but
Because I think somebody else corrected me on the show. I thought it was open. I think somebody corrected me and said it was closed now.
I want
I
to say
thought I heard that too.
I want to say it's still open. Last I checked,
Okay.
but it's been a while. It has
Yeah.
been.
Well, that would be a place that I would like to go and visit at some point, just because there's been so much paranormal activity that has happened there and so many tragedies that have happened there. And
Yeah, and
You
you
know.
know what? I actually wasn't a part of that episode.
Oh, that's right.
So
Time to
That's
stay
right.
at the Stay on Main.
yeah.
Stay there,
right,
and then I'll catch you guys later. You know, have fun with that.
it's all right. We can stay up
Makes
super
sense to Stay
late,
in his car.
You know,
walk around all the floors.
oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be
I'm not
cool.
gonna lie, I would probably eat mushrooms. Wow, David, that's
Oh my god.
There's a video that I saw, and there were two guys that they tour haunted places and all, and they were in this big ass hotel / mansion type thing, and one of the guys is really like gun ho on using the Ouija board in these haunted places, and the other dude is very anti it because
That's
he
me
thinks
and
that
Joe.
it's a toy. He thinks it's just a toy. Well, when they were using the Ouija board, all the power got cut out of their equipment that they were using to record right when they were asking if something else was there with them. All power just went out.
Okay.
The battery was freshly charged too, which was a trip. And when after all the power went out, they kind of freaked out for a minute. They're like, what the fuck's going on, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, so are we still rolling? And like the camera guy is like, yeah, we're still rolling. He's like, all right, well, let's just, the guy that was into the Ouija board, he says, well, we got to close this out real quick. And right as soon as he said we have to close this out, one of the balloons that they had as a prop on their show fucking popped. And
They're like, nope,
it
you're not done yet, bitches. You wanted to fuck with me?
It creeped them the fuck out so much to where they quickly said goodbye, and they're like, fuck this Ouija board, fuck this place, we're out of here. I've got to find out more about that. It was a Facebook Live thing that they were doing probably about a month ago.
Okay.
But I'll find out more about that and I'll get back to you on it.
Should
But
share it on the
Goals
page
for
there.
Ghost
Yeah.
Dungeon,
Yeah.
by the way. If you're not a fan of that page or following that page, you should get in there.
It's a community page.
Yeah.
We're all together on that
Yeah.
page. So
Share memes.
Yeah, I can't wait to start being able to share there again.
I know.
I can't even share the groups that I helped make. This is bullshit.
Oh.
You're on a band?
I'm on a ban till January 31st.
Why?
Because of that's a long story.
A technical.
It's bad.
Weird
It was technically
technical
my
thing.
fault. Yeah. This time it was
Shut
my
up,
fault.
Minx.
Come on.
He
Guys.
didn't shut up when he was supposed to shut up. So they shut him up.
Smack the shit out of you.
Oh my god.
All
Jeez.
right. So yeah, I took a break from modeling for a couple months with holidays and all that stuff, and I think probably mid to late January, February, and all that. From then on, I'll be caught up and starting to do it again. So you guys will be able to follow my Instagram and see more content.
Nice. I like it. And then yeah, oh my gosh, not gonna see anybody until next year.
Yeah.
Such a fucking dad joke. Oh my god.
You're asking you're welcome for it.
I didn't have a good pun for today. I'm sorry.
Shoot. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram if you haven't already. Yeah, we can see you guys next year.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Thanks for hanging out with us this year. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see more of you in the upcoming year.
Yeah.
In person and online.
Don't drink and drive, kids.
That's right. Be
Don't
safe.
drink and drive. That New Year's is coming up. Don't be stupid.
Don't fucking do it.
Don't
Yeah.
fucking do it.
Don't be a death Lauren can laugh at.
Right?
There you go.
Nah, I lost 2 buddies this year to that. It's fucking-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's
Just get a
awful.
goddamn Uber.
Yeah, Uber is way cheaper than fines and jail time.
Uber's taxis,
Uber,
Lyfts, whatever.
Lyft, taxi. Yeah.
Calling somebody.
Yeah.
Calling someone.
It's no fucking excuse anymore, you lazy bastards. If
Yeah,
you spend
I mean-
50 on drinks, you can spend 15 on a ride home.
And not just that, if you know you're going to a party and you decide, oh, I'll just figure out, I'll just drive, it's fine. Like, knowing you're going somewhere and you know you're gonna drink, like, after your first drink, you should hand someone your keys.
Yeah.
That's how it should always be.
You're done with it.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
So be safe, guys. We care. Because you care. I think.
Is that how it goes?
I don't know. I think your coffee's starting to kick in. I'm not being so mean right now.
Oh,
Never mind. Fuck you guys. I'm just kidding.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Yeah.
And Happy New Year.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you guys next year.
All right, bye.
Bye, Gosh.